Good morning and welcome to the month of April, the year of our Lord 2025. And of course, welcome to Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show we call Korero. As you know, we're unbiased. It's all about the facts. We just put the issues right there on the front burner for you to make up your minds as to what part of the divide you choose to belong. I am your regular host, Nkamian John, the Beloved. Well, today's edition of the show will be a continuation of yesterday's show. So you could say it's a sequel, right? And especially as we continue to examine the drama that unfolded over the weekend in Rivers State after videos of the state former head of service, Dr. George Nweke, his wife, and other key players went viral on social media. But as always, just to let you know that the show is live and interactive on all our social media platforms, and it gives you an opportunity to interact and, of course, share your views on conversations that are ongoing on our various programs, particularly on Rapid TV's social, political, and general interest show, Korero. And don't forget, our official handle is at official Rapid TV, at official Rapid TV. You can also take advantage of our WhatsApp portal to also be part of the engagement. Like I like to say, once the show is off the air, the conversation continues online. So the WhatsApp portal is 0916-771-6035, and you get the opportunity. The numbers will be put on the screen so that you can take advantage of the portal if you so choose. Now, we ended yesterday's edition of the show with reactions that trailed the alleged startling revelation of the former head of service of Rivers State in the person of Dr. George Nweke. Now, yesterday, we showed a video of Dr. Nweke as then serving head of service in Rivers State, eulogizing the Foodbara administration at 1 year in office. The video of the interview was very instructive as a material for psychoanalysis on the person of Dr. Nweke, as against all the videos we have seen emanate from Abuja, where he also told us he was safe and sound, right? Now, like the Nollywood blockbuster that it seemed to have been intended to be, right? Behind the scene footages of Nweke's first interview yesterday surfaced online. After watching this video, it's easy to come to some conclusion that as far as the River State crisis is concerned, it is a case of the more you look, the less you see. Let's look at that video, and you tell me from your own standpoint, apart from the gentleman who gave his own opinion as regards that behind the scene video. Let's see the video.
You see, in this life, nothing is permanently hidden under the sun. This video where you won't watch now will explain to you, say, that's Dr. George Nweke, the former head of service of Rivers State, that resigned. Where come they bring plenty big allegations against Sim Fubara. By the time you finish watching this video, you're gonna say, na Nollywood movie, now they go act for that press briefing. No be press briefing, na Nollywood video. I want you to be very vigilant. Watch the body language, listen to the voices in the background, and watch the way where the man they take open the script. You know, say when they carry you go Nollywood movie set, they carry script give you. And so you go they read them to understand what they write for inside. More I watch the video and I will tell you exactly what I think.
Is it set? Action.
Okay, let's proceed. Let's proceed. You read from the text, I believe.
Yes.
Let's go ahead.
Read, Commander.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. George Chimezeweke Menade. I am the immediate past head of service of River State. I resigned precisely on Monday on my own. I want to read from the second. Please stand by.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, once more. This is a press briefing by my humble self, Dr. George Chimezeweke, HCA, MNI, immediate past head of service of River State. My dear people of River State,
First of all, to me, I think this is all the rascality we are talking about in this country. Why did you choose to go and hide yourself inside a hotel room to do press briefing about your resignation, number one? Why you no walk into a television station? Why you no even dey your house? Call Channels Television, Abi Arise Television, make they come do the press briefing for you. That's number one question. Number two question, I could hear a voice from the background saying, read from the script, read from the text, read from the text. Omo, it just be like say whether they carry color, hold this baba, you understand? Say if you know read this script when they give her, say they go buy them. This country, Nigeria, some people they call this country animal kingdom. You go begin to see a lot of things that will begin to convince you, say probably na animal kingdom. Person run go Abuja, go for inside hotel room, they do press briefing. Your wife dey house for River State, they cry. When you tell am say person call you for phone, you don't even tell am say they go Abuja. The next thing they don't see you, boom, for television. Where you dey read plenty things where you claim say you be insider for Sim Fubara administration. This country. When those things they happen for inside Sim Fubara administration, where you know like all the gang ups, all the plans, all the wicked plans you claim that Fubara was making with his allies, why you no walk away, resign peacefully? So that Nigerians can hear your voice, so that Nigerians will know that you're a competent man. Until this time, now you run from River State, go Abuja, go do press briefing. This country, if you watch that video from beginning to end, you gonna say through in a Nollywood movie. Now they go act for there, and the man no even sabi the script where they give him well. That was why you saw him cluelessly trying to go through the script where the right giver. This country don't almost finish, it remains small. Another question why I want to ask now be say, who record this video come publish them online? Now Channels Television people, I've been a person where they that gathering, where no like what did happen. Otherwise, this video where they post now, don't finally open the anyash. If you watch the video, you gonna say a lot don't happen before this man come out to do that press briefing. Channels Television, you people need to come out and tell us waiting on a sea for inside that hotel when they do this Nollywood acting. Anyways, like I've always said, I wish Sim Fubara and the people of River State the very best of luck in this country. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.
So now we have two videos, two instructive videos to say. First was the video of the former River State head of service, you know, while he was still in service in 1 year of office of the Fubara administration, eulogizing the administration, and now the video of the behind the scenes of the press conference of one media organization in a hotel room in Abuja. Right. So you make your judgments, place it side by side, and look at it, psychoanalyze the video to come to your own conclusions. So while you're pondering on that, let's make progress. Now, former Rivers State Governor, Rotimi Amechi, in his reaction, if you remember, we ended the show with his reaction yesterday, as he declared that the feud between the suspended governor of the oil-rich state, Similaye Fubara, and the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, is about money sharing. Now, Amechi said this in an interview with DW on Saturday. The former governor also said the emergency rule imposed on the state by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was unconstitutional. But reacting to various comments that have trailed the alleged startling revelations of former head of service of Rivers State, Dr. George Wike, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, during an interview on television, defended President Bola Tinubu's decision to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State. Onanuga criticized the tendency of Nigerians to react impulsively to national issues without careful reflections, arguing that Tinubu's intervention was necessary to prevent a potential violent escalation of the crisis. Now, this is the same argument that different parties from Rivers State have said there was no crisis, there was no subject of insecurity, But Onanuga explained that had President Tinubu not declared a state of emergency, the state legislature would have likely proceeded with the impeachment of Governor Fubara, a move that could have resulted in bloodshed. Maybe their security reports suggested that, I guess. Well, he emphasized the strategic importance of Rivers State to Nigeria, describing it as the oxygen of the nation due to its significant oil and gas resources. Now, according to him, no responsible leader would allow the situation to deteriorate to the point of anarchy before taking action. Onanuga further justified Tinubu's decision, stressing that the move was a preventive measure rather than an outright dismissal of the state's elective officials. But in a recent press conference, the Rivers State People's Democratic Party, PDP, led by Robinson Ewo, responded to the allegations made by Wike and described him as a highly compromised and a serial betrayer who had become a tool for the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, to spread false information against Fubara's and his administration. Now, Ewo claimed that Wike's allegations were part of a scripted campaign to discredit the governor, undermine the president's confidence in the suspended governor, and tarnish his reputation before the public. He emphasized that Wike's actions were not taken under duress, but rather a deliberate attempt to deceive the Nigerian public and populace. Let's hear Ewo as he addressed the press on these allegations.
The Rivers State chapter, in response to an interview by Dr. George Wike on Channels TV a few days ago, against His Excellency Sir Dr. Fuminayo Fubara, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, and his team. Gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have called you out once again this afternoon to keep you informed of the certain development in our polity, especially as it concerns the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, which is already in effect. You will recall that the President on the 18th day of March 2015 declared a state of emergency on the state of Rivers 2025, suspended the Executive Governor of Rivers State and the State House of Assembly for a period of 6 months and appointed a sole administrator. The purpose, according to the President, is to restore peace and order. But as we all know, there is no breakdown of law and order in any part of Rivers State. That is why, since the assumption of office the sole administrator has no work to do. Besides, Section 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, spelled out conditions that should warrant a declaration of a state of emergency in any part of the country. For instance, the country must be at war. There must be imminent threat of war in any part of the country. There must be breakdown of law and order, or a threat to a total breakdown of law and order. And perhaps the governor of a state can request the president via motion supported by two-thirds majority of the House of Assembly to declare a state of emergency. Finally, there is no natural disaster in the state as to warrant a declaration of a state of emergency. All the conditions spelled out by the Constitution for a declaration of emergency, none is in existence in Rivers State. Today, as we speak, the sole administrator has resumed work. But you can agree with me, agree with the party, that there is no deployment of the military, army, navy, air force, or the police anywhere in any part of Rivers State. You can also agree with us that there is no breakdown of law and order in this state. There is no threat to the survival, peace, and existence of citizens in Rivers State as we speak. The sole administrator now merely occupies himself with dismantling existing governance structure in the state. For instance, he has sacked the Secretary to State Government, sacked the Chief of Staff, suspended all chairmen, board members of parastatals and agencies of government. He has equally gone ahead to ask head of local government administration to give him nominal roles of local government council. Local government council is a third tier of government. They have no business with the state, but is tinkering with local government. That is to tell you that the situation that has warranted, that may have warranted the declaration of a state of emergency is non-existent in the state. What he's doing is pure politics, which is not enough for a declaration of a state of emergency. Going forward, a few days ago, the head of service, Dr. George Weke, was forced to resign as the head of service of the civil service of Rivers State. And George Weke, having resigned, easily became an easy tool in the hands of the FCT Minister Yeso Wike and his team, who are bent on bringing down the state. What did they end up in doing with George Weke? George Weke was compromised, and he became a serial betrayer. Just like Judas Iscariot decided to betray his master, Jesus Christ, George Weke has decided to betray his own master, his benefactor, the executive governor of Rivers State, Sir Siminalaye Fubara. We are sure the way Judas Iscariot ended, that George Weke will end the same way. Judas Iscariot ended up committing suicide because he lied against Jesus Christ. George Weke has lied against Rivers State, lied against the governor of Rivers State, and equally lied against humanity. He will end up like Judas Iscariot. He will commit suicide, and the blood dollars he has collected will be used to purchase a burial ground in Omuma. That is my wish for him. Going further, George Weke made spurious and unsubstantiated allegations against the governor of the state. And we wish, as a party, as a people, as citizens of the state, who know exactly who Sim is, he conducts government business in transparency in the open, to set the record straight. One, that George Nweke lied when he claimed that he was with the governor when the governor handed over a bag of money to Edison Ehe to bomb the State House of Assembly. As far as we know and we are concerned, George Nweke lied. The true position is that when the bombing in the State House of Assembly took place, the Nigerian police force made over 7 arrests. The suspects were transferred to Abuja, charged to court, and they were remanded in Kuje Correctional Prison for over 8 months. Thereafter, the matter was transferred to Port Harcourt Division of the Federal High Court. The Federal High Court in Port Harcourt equally charged the suspects to court, equally remanded the suspects to Port Harcourt Correctional Center. But because of lack of due diligence by the police, the presiding judge of the court struck out and dismissed the matter early this year, and the suspects were set free. So the question of the governor, Edison Ehe, nor Chijioke Ihunwo, as alleged by Judge Nweke that they were responsible for the bombing of the House of Assembly, cannot be substantiated. It is neither here nor there. 2, that Judge Nweke equally lied when he claimed that there has been an attempt to bomb the residence of the Speaker by the governor, Edison Ehe, and perhaps Chijioke Ihunwo. Again, this is a lie from the pit of hell. The true picture, the true position is that in October 2023, at the heels of the impeachment of the governor, there were protests across the state. Some youths marched across the street where the residence of the street where the residence of the Speaker was located. The police equally arrested over 100 youths of Rivers State. They were charged to court. What I can't tell as I speak is the status of that matter in court. For Judge Nweke to allege that the governor, Edison Ehe, and Chijioke Ihunwo were involved, again, is a lie from the pit of hell. Third, Judge Nweke further claimed that the governor, Sim Fubara, promised to work for Bala Mohammed in the forthcoming general election 2027 as president. As we all know, Bala Mohammed is the sitting governor of Bauchi State. Bala Mohammed is the chairman of Nigeria's governors, PDP Nigeria's governors forum, where Sim Fubara doubles as his deputy. By all standards, by all means, both men can meet anywhere, anytime, any day to discuss issues of the People's Democratic Party. That Governor Sim Fubara promised to work for the presidency of Bala Mohammed is a lie again from the pit of hell by Dr. George Nweke. Besides, Bala Mohammed has not told Nigerians that he wants to run for the office of the president of Nigeria in 2027. 4, George Nweke equally lied when he claimed that the governor wants to demolish the House of Assembly quarters auditorium, where the House of Assembly currently sits. The question is, what has stopped the governor from demolishing the auditorium up till now? Can Judge Nweke tell Nigerians why the House of Assembly auditorium and the entire House of Assembly quarters is still standing? Again, as far as we know, as a party, as a people, Judge Nweke lied that the governor wants to demolish the State Assembly quarters auditorium. Gentlemen of the press, Judge Nweke equally lied when he claimed that the governor held several meetings with militants to bomb, to blow pipelines, bomb national assets across the 23 local government area of the state. The governor assumed office of governor in May 2023. And from May 2023 till as we speak, There has been no single incidence of blowing of pipeline, no vandalization, no such thing has taken place. Where George Nweke got this information from is between him and his co-conspirators. Again, as far as we are concerned, George Nweke lied that the governor meets with militants to blow up public national assets. Judge number 6, George Nweke equally lied against the trade union, NLC, TUC, and other labor unions in Nigeria, that they want to carry out protests to distort facts, distort issues in the state. Again, it's a lie. Governor Fubara, on assumption of office, created a friendly relationship with the labor unions. In fact, the backlog of civil service promotion, he ensured that every civil servants were promoted. He equally ensured that in the past 2 years that he gave bonus to civil servants. When it comes to the issues, welfare of civil servants, welfare of citizens, the governor didn't play with it. If there is a relationship between the governor and the labor union, it is because the governor has created that friendly relationship with them. That the governor meets with labor union, dole out money to them to distort fast an issue, to carry out protests in Rivers State by George Nweke is also neither here nor there. There are claims that cannot be substantiated. He equally claimed, number 7, that the governor has set aside huge sums of money to influence the media. The media to do what? To influence them to do what? The governor has carried out projects in this state, and the projects the governor carried out speaks for the project, for him and the state. Before the declaration of state of emergency, Governor Sim Fubara embarked on 2 weeks non-stop project commissioning. He did the same late last year. If Sim is popular, it's not because he paid the media. It is because he is delivering on the dividends of democracy and the mandate given to him by Rivers people. For Nweke to claim that the governor set aside huge sums of money to the media is equally lies from the pit of hell, and the lies cannot be substantiated. Number 9, he claimed that sometimes he slept in government house. Sleep in government house to do what? That is the question. He is neither the chief of staff nor the SSG that constantly meet with the governor. If the chief of staff tells us he sleeps in his office in government house, it's understandable. The SSG cannot even sleep in government house because he doesn't have an office there. George Nweke doesn't have an office in government house. Which office did he sleep? Which guest house did he sleep in government house? The government house doesn't have a guest house where the head of service, George Nweke, will sleep. Beyond this, George Nweke, by mandate of his office, deals with the civil servants. It doesn't deal with politicians. It doesn't deal with the governor. George Nweke, by all standards and all measures, cannot attend political meeting where the governor sits or presides. It is either the SSG, chief of staff, and other officers of government, including commissioners, and not the head of civil service. Again, this claim against the governor and the state is also substantiated, a lie from the pit of hell. George Nweke, by all means and measures, is a serial liar. Finally, George Nweke claimed that Rivers elders and Rivers people should re-examine their support for the governor. Re-examine their support. How? The question is how. You, a serial betrayer, now trying to address elders and leaders of Rivers State. You left government barely a week today, and you find yourself in the house, the office, the hotel of the Federal Capital Territory Minister, FCT Wike, in Abuja. The first question is, what was his aim? How did George Nweke travel to Abuja Was he forced to go to Abuja? George Nweke had a career that spent over 40 years. He had put in service to the Rivers State government for over 40 years. George Nweke is close to 70 years. So whatever he's doing, whatever he's saying, whatever script he has read is because he was prepared and he has made up his mind for it. Nothing happens by accident. He bought the ticket that he used in traveling to Abuja. He packed his luggage in his house, went to the airport, boarded the flight, landed in Abuja, and went straight to Transcorp, where they kept for him to read the script. So nothing is accident. He's an adult, full-fledged adult. He's matured. He's a serial betrayer. Having betrayed to this extent, why would leaders and elders of Rivers State take him serious? Why did he think he's in a position to counsel Rivers elders and people to review their support for the governor? It is simply not possible. The support the leaders and elders of Rivers State, including Rivers citizens, have for the governor is sacrosanct. They trust his government, and they will continue to trust their government. They trust the governor as a person, they will continue to trust him. See him conduct government business in the public with all degree of transparency. Therefore, the people will continue to support him. Finally, because we have examined, we have looked, and we have found no iota of truth in the entire drama that George Nweke acted, we have come to the conclusion that George Nweke, one, is a betrayer, serial betrayer. Two, highly compromised. Third, that he could not resist blood dollar. And for this reason, we call on Rivers people not to take any of the things that came out of the mouth of George Nweke serious and has been true. Two, we call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to see the desperation in his minister. The minister wanted Supreme Court judge. They have given him. He wanted a state of emergency. The president has given him. What else does the minister want from the governor and Rivers people? Perhaps the head of John the Baptist. But the head of John the Baptist is not available. We therefore call on the president to call his minister to order that enough is enough. A state of emergency is in place. Let him allow the state of emergency to run its full course without interference. We call on our supporters, the People's Democratic Party, to be patient. As anything that have a beginning must equally have an end. That we have a state of emergency today is not the first time a state of emergency is being declared in Nigeria. It shall surely come to pass. Even if we reject it, we condemn it, but as law-abiding citizens, we are in it, we will live with it, and we will endure it. Even if we know that the president doesn't have the power in the entire constitution of the Federal Republic to suspend the governor, suspend the State House of Assembly, what can we do? We are citizens, we must obey, we must abide. Let the president see the desperation in his minister, jettison all the bogus allegations made by Nweke. They were scripts written by the FCT minister and his co-conspirators and given to Nweke to deliver. Believing that Nweke, having worked with him and just left the government, that Nigerians will believe him. From the beginning of the text he read to the end, you discover that it was all lie. You can see how he was shivering. Nweke is learned enough to speak from his mouth and not to read the written script. Even the written script written by him, he could not even read it well. We call on the president to jettison it, disregard them, and know that it is the desperation of his minister to take over the governance of the state, to take over the resources of the state that is driving this entire process. Finally, we call on Rivers people, elders, youths, and everybody to keep faith with the governor. The governor has been given mandate for 4 years. He will deliver on the mandate. To us as a party, we work hard to protect the mandate freely given to the governor and to our party. We work hard to deliver the mandate. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Long live Sifubara, long live the River State, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
The Rivers State People's Democratic Party, as led by Robinson Ewo, and of course, quite a lengthy press conference, but you can understand why they needed to address all the issues and allegations as raised by Dr. George Wike. Well, in response to the allegations raised by Dr. George Wike, the Chief of Staff, who he fingered, especially with regards to the bombing of the State House of Assembly, well, the Chief of Staff to suspended Governor of Rivers State, Similaye Fubara, Honorable Edison Ehie, has revealed he was offered a enticing sum of 5 billion naira bribe to support efforts to impeach the governor. Now, in a revealing interview with the media, Edison shared that the bribe was presented to him in October by individuals seeking his endorsement for the impeachment. However, he refused after realizing the true intentions behind the offer. He emphasized that Governor Fubara is a peacemaker, always opting for conflict resolution in the state's political crisis. In response to accusations from the former head of service, George Wike, regarding the bombing of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Ehie vehemently denied any involvement in the incident. He claimed Wike's allegations were false and fueled by financial compromise, accusing Wike of being coerced into making them. He also addressed Wike's financial struggles after his resignation as head of service in March of 2025, noting that Wike had approached the governor shortly after for financial assistance, citing personal needs. Lastly, Edison refuted claims regarding the incomplete construction of the assembly complex, clarifying that the project was nearly finished with about 80% of the work completed and that the contractor had been fully paid. He stressed that an administrator had confirmed the progress during a recent visit to site. Now, here concluded by reaffirming Governor Fubara's commitment to peace and conflict resolution, asserting that the allegations against both him and the governor were politically motivated and false. Let's hear him.
I would have mentioned here for you to know the elementary cause of this crisis. And you know, everything I mentioned, I show you evidence. I would have also opened my phone to show you on the beginning of October 2023, where they had approached me with a bribe of 5 billion naira. It's here on my phone. It's here. My WhatsApp, I'll open it to show you. And that money was to be passed to me through Korero. But I'll leave that for now. Because we are in the part of peace.
What the money is supposed to be for?
What is right?
Is the money supposed? What was the money supposed to be for? The 5 billion.
Lead us to this place where we are. But I agree with the excellency of my principal. They have decided to pursue the path of peace for us to have a harmonious solution of this situation for all parties to have a stable government in Rivers State, for Rivers people to enjoy the government they put in.
One.
But impeachment, it is better. The case is here. It's here. I have the record and I printed it and distributed it. In case, in the evil machination, they are trying to attack me or kill me. I already have a wife, a son, and a daughter. And I told you years ago that I am dead to fear. They know.
Chief of Staff to suspended Governor Rivers State, Similaye Fubara, in the person of Honorable Edson Ehie, of course, dismissing all the allegations as raised by the former head of service, Dr. George Nweke. While the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State has sparked widespread debate, with critics questioning its legality and necessity, while supporters argue that it was a strategic move to maintain stability in one of Nigeria's most economically significant states, the allegations of the former head of service to the state, Dr. George Nweke, has intensified the political crisis in Rivers State, where factions loyal to Governor Fubara and the FCT minister, former governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, have been locked in a power struggle. However, to wrap up today's edition of Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show, the videos and script wars going on among citizens of Rivers State, especially from the former head of service, Dr. George Nweke, his wife, and other key players, is an indication that the alleged peace expected from the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State may not be near anytime soon. Though aside the infightings between the warring factions and their followers, the state has enjoyed relative peace. The former head of service, Dr. George Nweke, was an insider in both the administrations of the two gladiators, former governor, now FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, and of course, suspended governor, Similaye Fubara. Now, during Wike's administration, Wike was permanent secretary in the cabinet office and privy to executive decisions. In Fubara's time, he was head of service with a chair in the state executive. Now, Wike's 4 days after his resignation made startling allegations against the suspended governor, Similaye Fubara, linking him with the bombing of the State House of Assembly complex and the pipeline explosions and plans to unseat President Bola Tinubu. Now, Wike spoke at Transcorp Hotel in Abuja, the nation's capital, with background voices instructing him on how to speak, while his wife, Florence Nweke, who spoke at their Port Harcourt home, raised concerns that her husband couldn't say such a thing, alleging that Nweke was not himself and may have spoken under duress. Few hours later, Nweke released another video saying he is safe and accused Fubara's camp to have penetrated his wife with false information. Fubara, of course, swiftly reacted, denying Wike's allegations in the video clip. The governor said it was unlikely that Nweke could have been present if he wanted to discuss such sensitive things that the head of service mentioned, such as how to bomb places across the state. Yet again, Nweke released another video clip hours later. This time, he appeared more firm and maintained that Fubara allegedly sponsored the bombings of the State House Assembly complex. However, a discreet listen to the scripted statement by the former head of service and his wife's honest outburst showed that the coming weeks may be full of more intrigues and fiercing battles between the two camps, talking about suspended Governor Fubara and, of course, former governor and now Minister of the FCT, Wike, and not forgetting their supporters. There are emerging indications that the suspended governor of Rivers State may face more battles as his attackers seem to be plotting more dangerous actions against him. some of which may be to get his close allies arrested based on the revelations from Wike. Don't forget, he said he would reveal more things, but two security operatives, because of the sensitive nature of what he had to say. Also, the security operatives and the anti-graft agencies may come after Fubara's chief of staff, Etsim Ehi, based on the confessions of the former head of service regarding the demolished House of Assembly complex and funds alleged to have been doled out in Government House to prevent the first impeachment move by the 27 Assembly members loyal to the FCT minister against Fubara. Now, the dragnet may also be extended to catch other persons that played prominent roles in the Fubara government. From all indications, the agenda is to ensure that there is no peace in the first 6 months of the emergency rule regime in the state, hence the need to extend it after 6 months. Now, to give more context to this standpoint, the state sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas, retired, is pulling his cards in a quite disquieting manner. Barely 2 weeks, he resumed duty as the helmsman of Rivers. Each day comes with a fresh twist to the troubled state. On Thursday last week, he ordered the sacking of all political appointees of Fubara. And in a statement released to the media, he directed the affected persons to hand over to either a permanent secretary or a senior official in their offices same day. The leadership style of the sole administrator, Ibas, especially the sacking of all government appointees, is already having its toll on the economy. Statistics show that about 40% of workers have been dislodged from their offices, and the effects on their dependents in the current economic woes cannot be imagined. Keen political watchers say the game is suspected to demoralize Fubara's camp especially. The enormous loss of jobs, while some persons in Wike's camp are excited about the emergency regime, but there are some foot soldiers of the suspended governor appeared undaunted and unwavering with the developing scenarios. Indications from the above show that the coming weeks may not be easy for both camps because more startling revelations may be made. Various scripts may or will also play out. So, to sum up today's edition of Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show, Korero, I would like to remind all parties involved that the River State saga could be said to be, as our elders would say, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. This is to prick everyone's conscience of the fact that while the fight of the people of the state continues, the South-South, the Niger Delta, and by extension, the people of Nigeria are the ones at the receiving end. And let's not forget the people of Rivers itself. And if truly power belongs to the people, then they should be ready for what is to come. Because the people never really forget. History proves this fact. He that must come to the table of equity must come with clean hands and a conscience. My special thanks, as always, to you. Once again, happy new month, and we hope that the month of April will be much different from the first quarter of the year 2025, with more positive results, an improved economy, more purchasing power for the average Nigerian, and of course, peace in Rivers State. Anyway, trust us as always to keep our ears to the ground and our searchlight beamed on developments as they evolve. Till we come your way with another incisive edition of Rapid TV's continuously evolving social, political, and general interest show, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe to Rapid TV on all our social media platforms, and including our YouTube channel. And for our social media platforms, remember our official handle is @OfficialRapidTV. I am Nkamian John the Beloved, signing out.